Well, let's take a look at Electronic Intercept from Lakeside Toys. I got one of these for Christmas in 1978. I loved this board game. This is not my original. This is one I picked up a few months ago in order to make this video on. My original was lost years ago. But I'm really happy to have this back in my collection again. And they go fairly cheap. Surprisingly, it's actually a really fun game. So if you're into these electronic board games from the late 70s, you like collecting this kind of stuff, this is one to keep an eye out for. It's actually a really fun game to play. I love the box art on this box. Lakeside did some really great artwork on some of the toys they put out. Of course, on the side actually shows a nice picture of the game board itself. And then back here on the back, it shows a nice good overview of the game board and the pieces on there. Your Interceptor Defense Command Plane, which is really important to have for this game. If that piece is missing, you really can't play the game at all, because it has a magnet in there that you need. It has sound effects, got the radar warning signal, the launch of air missiles, the signal of a direct hit. Pretty cool. So let's open this box up here, take a look at what's inside. Baby. There we go, this side. Alright, so pull the unit out. Pretty cool. Here's our instruction manual. Pretty well done. It's red and black and white. But it explains how the controls work. You know, the little dial indicator here for moving your player. How you can move your piece. Pretty cool. Explains the grids that are on the board. You can see right here we have these multicolored grids, which I'm going to explain here in a minute. And the point scoring. Pretty neat. Runs on one 9-volt battery. Looking at the gameplay board a little bit closer, you'll notice we have this really cool looking multicolored kind of play field here. What this is for is when the other player places his SAM sights on the board, which are actually kept right inside of here. We'll pull one of the SAM sights out. So here's one of the surface air missile sights. So when the defending player of this base puts up a SAM sight, let's say he puts it right here. Well, since this SAM sight is sitting on the green and this light blue and this dark blue, that means anywhere in these areas I have to only be able to move one brick at a time, one square at a time. Now if there's no SAM sights, for example, there's no SAM sights right here. So once I get into this red area, I can move anywhere I want to within this red area, anywhere. Which really adds a lot to the game. If you restrict yourself just to 4 moves, the other player most of the time can guess where you're at. But by adding this little element of strategy where you can move anywhere you want to within this colored zone, it can really add to the gameplay. It's pretty neat. So we set up the rest of the SAM sights. And the idea is you want to try to overlap as many colors as you can to get the most zones. Now the way the SAM sights work is I cannot pass under them. I have to go around them. So a real good strategy to use is to try to put your SAM sights in an area that'll force the other player to have to steer around. Once you get him funneled into this smaller area, it makes it a little bit easier to guess where he's going to be at. Now as the game is played, you have these little X's that come with the game. I'll get one out right here. There's a close-up of it. You can kind of see it a little bit. I start right here in the middle. So I have an X right there. That's the starting point. And then every time I move, I can only move 4. I can move 4 straight ahead. I can move 2 over, 2 this way, or 1 up and 3 this way. You just can't go diagonally. You got to go up and to the side or straight up. So you got to make just right angle moves. You can't do any diagonals. And then we have the Electronic Interceptor itself. Pretty neat little jet model. You see on the bottom here, that's the magnet that's used to detect when the other player is below this plane. So this player would put the piece on the board, and then hit his fire button for defense. And if he actually is there, it'll light up and go, which means you won. At that time, this player here only gets as many points as the last spot he made it to. So if I made it all the way up to like here, and then I got caught, I'd only have 25 points for that round. So what you do is you play this game, you flip this back and forth between the two players for a set amount of rounds, and whoever has the highest score at the end of those rounds wins. It's a pretty easy, pretty simple game for scoring. So let's turn the game on here real quick. So as you play the game, you have this little beeping sound that goes on. That represents like a radar screen going on. So right now, I've pushed fire to see where my guy is, all the way over here. So I need to move him back to the center, like so. Now this has a flip-up little door right here. That's so the other player can't see what you're doing with the knob back here, which I'll explain here in a minute. So now that I'm here, I would actually move forward whatever direction I want to go. So I'll go forward 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now, I'm sitting right here. Right there. So if this other player were to actually put his piece on that position, and then hit the fire button, whoops, didn't go off. Hit the fire button, whoop, didn't go off. Where you at? Oh, you're right there. Oh, come on. It worked a while ago. There we go. That magnet is weak. But anyway, when the other player puts his jet on here and he guesses right, it does a noise, which means you actually found the player and the game is over for that round. Now, if this player won, if he gets all the way across the board into the base area right here, and he presses his fire button, you blow up the base, and you get 100 points. Pretty awesome. So now let's take a look at how you control player 1 underneath the screen here. Let's get back to the 0 position. Now take a closer look at the player controls on player 1's side. You can see here we have a little knob that controls left and right movement. Each number here represents 1 square to the side. If I want to move forward, like it shows right here, I rotate clockwise. You notice I have this raised ridge right here. So if I rotate this around to the next raised ridge, which is like a half a turn, like so, I moved 1 block straight up. So I do another half a turn, now I'm 2 blocks straight up. And if I slide over to the side to the 2, so there's my 4 moves. And if I hit the fire button, you'll see I'm right here. So pretty simple controls to play this game. Now, you know, this really depends on the other player not cheating. You know, this player not cheating by moving more than 1 or whatever like that. But when you get 2 people playing this game and they're following the rules, it's actually a lot of fun to play. Alright, now first thing you're going to want to do is place your missile bases on the game board. Now, the way the game works, I start here, and I can only move 4 spaces, either straight or like this or like that, but only 4 squares at a time. I can't go diagonally. I got to go up or over. You know.
Or up and over, okay.
Yes. So you want to put your missile bases in a way where I have to kind of steer around them to keep me from your base. If I get to your base, I blow it up.
Oh, okay.
Now every time I move, you have to try to guess where I'm at. So you put your interceptor plane where you think I'm going to be, like so, and then you hit your fire button right there. If I'm there, this will light up and make a noise, and you got me. If not, I'll hit my button again and I'll put another X where I was, and you can count from there where I'm going to go.
Okay.
All right? Well,
so they're sneaking statistics into this and averages.
Oh, yeah. Sneaky. Sneaky. So put your missile bases on here where you want them.
So they should be...
Doesn't matter. I cannot go underneath those. I have to avoid them.
Okay. So I guess further out to keep you further back, or
It doesn't matter. I have to steer around them.
Okay. But yeah, but then if I move them around to different, then you
And
have to...
another rule of the game is, you see how this grid is laid out? Now that you got a missile base spanning this right here, if I'm in this area, if this base wasn't here, I could move anywhere in that area. For example, see this red right here? If there's no missile base there, once I get into there, I can actually go way up there if I want to, more than 5. So I can go anywhere I want to in that zone. So this also blocks zones. So like this one here is blocking this zone, and this zone. So I'm restricted to only 4 at a time in this area right here.
Okay. And so I'm assuming that you can't just do this.
You can do whatever you want.
But then you only have like...
one hole to get through. So you have to think, when am I going to go through there? Because I don't have to move 4. I can move 1. I can move backwards if I want to. So you're going to have to try to guess if I'm going to stop in this area somewhere where I'm going to stop.
Okay.
So you do it anywhere you want.
Alright, but you said this does all the green then.
Yeah, since it's overlapping, see how this... Now see, you had it right there, it would catch this. These zones right there.
Okay. And then this one is overlapping the blues.
Yep, so it got all that.
And it's also got the green there.
Yep, so it's got that zone, this zone. You got all that zone back there, so...
And then, but none of the red.
But none of the red. Nothing's touching the red right now. Now you got all the red zones and that pink zone right there.
Okay, or I could do this, and then
There
it's
you
got
go.
the purple and blue as well.
So you got all those zones covered now. So I'm limited to 4 moves only in those areas now.
So this once again leaves you down to just the one
Just
hole.
the one hole to go through.
No, because this gives me the purple though. All right, so
All right, you ready?
basically you're down to where you can only do 4 moves
Yep.
everywhere because I got all the colors covered.
That's correct. So right now I hit my fire button. You see I'm starting right here where the X is.
Okay.
So now I got to move forward in whatever direction. So... Okay, now put that jet where you think I'm at. Now push your fire button. See, you missed. So I was actually right there.
Okay.
So that's new starting position again.
Okay.
So I can only go 4 from that one now. Okay? Yeah, it falls off. Just put it back together. Hit your button. Oh! You got me! So now, as far as I got was up to here.
Okay.
30 points. So I only got 30 points on that run.
All right.
So I'll reset it again. Okay.
I should have glued this little guy in.
Yeah, I'll glue it together.
Okay, so.
So now we're going to start again. Remember, I'm starting right here again, in the center.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again. Okay. Where do you think I'm at? Hit your fire button. Oh, missed. I was right there.
That was.
You was close.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh! Right in front of you. I only moved 3 that time.
Oh, so you don't have to.
I don't have to
four.
move 4. I can move any combination I want, but I can't
Up
go
to
over 4.
4. Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Hit your button. Oh, nope. It was right there. All right. Okay. I should have glued that jet. Right there in front of you again. Alright, here we go again. Alright. Okay. Right there off to the side.
No, I picked a side. I just picked the wrong side.
Just picked the wrong side. Okay. Right there. I'm closing in. I'm closing in. Will you find me?
Well,
Okay.
you've only got 4 spaces to here, so...
Yeah, but I gotta get all the way up in there.
Oh, you have to get to the second
Yeah, I gotta
one?
get all the way into there. Yeah. So where do you think I'm at? Oh, right there. All right, here we
I
go.
thought you were here.
No, I'm right there.
Oh.
I only went 2. See?
Oh, okay.
It's right there.
It kind of, the light kind of goes into the next one.
Yeah, it does. All right, here we go. Oop. Okay. Where do you think I'm at? Hit it again. Off to the side, right there.
Right there?
I was right there. Well, that was Electronic Intercept from Lakeside Toys. Another really fun game for my youth that I still enjoy today. If you'd like to see more really cool board game videos, be sure to check out Bud's channel, Board Game Museum, ran by Norm. He covers a whole lot of different board games, so you might find something you really like over there. So check out his channel. I'll put a link to it down below in the show notes. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Oh boy!
Hey, there's Hasbro! Hasbro makes toys! What's new, Hasbro? Pretty sneaky, sis.
Remember, you can tell it's Mattel. It's
Okay, let him go! Some of the great SSP racers for 72.
M-A-R-X spells Mark, world's largest toy maker.
Remember, every boy wants a Remco toy, and so do girls. And remember, if it isn't Duncan, it isn't Yo-Yo.